definitely win the Better Gaffsman Award. Look
Nice
at that,
goal.
dude. August is such a unique month here in Southern California because it's really the peak of our seasons.
So look at that. Look at that thing dump that reel.
Holy they look like tuna.
Look at the bait ball.
Does it surprise me that those mahi showed up in those numbers? Absolutely not.
Oh, they're chasing it right there. They're right back on it.
With the amount of food that's swimming around that Pacific Ocean, those fish are there for one reason, and that's to eat.
Oh my, billion of them. Wow.
Checkmate. Oh, you're bit, you're bit. Now that's fishing.
My name is Ali Hussainy. I grew up in Southern California and now operate one of the largest sport fishing websites in the world. Just another day at the office?
My office, not yours. I'm Rush Maltz, Florida Keys native and career fishing guide for the past 20 years.
When I come out to California, you can let me catch all the 300-pound tuna.
Our passion is our profession, and we know there's more to fishing than just the catch.
There's a good mark right there. That's what I like to see.
Woo! That's the one! We explore the people, places, and species that make up the culture of fishing.
All right, buddy, we're gonna kind of pick up today where we left off last month.
Well, hopefully a lot less casting and a lot more catching.
Did a bunch of trips last week, and it was 5-pound Dorados or 150-pound tunas. We're gonna have some fun. We'll definitely make something happen here.
Sounds promising.
I get a lot of people that come out and fish with me from both the fishing industry, friends, and when they say like, what month should I come? I rarely hesitate to say August. All the tuna that you're gonna get for the year have pretty much moved in. The kelp fish, be that yellowtail, mahis, marlin, those have all moved into place. And then there's always the big bluefin. And you're kind of like at a crossroads between the early season fishery and the fall fishery. And when we share, the fishing that we have here in San Diego with our audience, we specifically set up for July, August, September, and maybe October. You really get to see all the aspects of our offshore fishery within those 3 months, and you get to see it change. One shoot, we're looking at foamers. The next shoot, we're finding fish on kelp patties. Dude, yes. And then the next shoot, we might be catching big bluefin on the kite. Big one. Oh, did you guys see that? In this case, in July, I told Rush what I tell a lot of people that come fishing with me. I absolutely promise you, I'll show you some stuff that'll blow your mind. I do not promise you we'll catch a single fish. Rush saw exactly what July is all about. If they don't want to bite that day, you're gonna make 10,000 casts to hook maybe one fish. July can either be feast or famine. I don't see him. I saw that one.
Got them at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
No, it's just a wind line.
One thing we always talk about in the Keys is how many different options we have. Well, summertime in California, your options increase as well.
Right here, right on the bow. I think there's schools right ahead of us. It's breezing up on the surface,
Yeah,
1 o'clock.
Since I started going out and fishing Southern California with Ali, something has changed every year. I've never seen the same thing twice, really.
See a puddler breezing right here ahead of us and jumping. Every year brings its own surprises. In the case of this season, there's one fish that we do see from time to time, but never in the kind of volume we enjoyed this year. Holy they look like tuna.
Those are mahi?
All mahis, billion of them. Wow.
Oh yeah, they're mahi.
Does it surprise me that those mahi showed up in those numbers? Absolutely not. With the amount of food that's swimming around that Pacific Ocean, those fish are there for one reason, and that's to eat.
Coming down the boat now, coming down the port
I
side.
just threw 2 out.
That's good. Now just throw yours in with them. Coming down port and starboard now. Wow, there's a lot of them right there. They're not eating that bait?
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen Mahi do that. Let me throw a little more bait.
Yeah, go ahead. They're just sitting here waiting for it. I just saw Dorado
Oh,
take
they're
a dump.
chasing it
That's
right
fun.
there. They're right back on us. There we go.
You bit?
You just picked it up for a second.
Nice work.
There we go.
Dude, the river is still coming, Rush.
Look under the stern right here.
I know. It's still coming as far as I can see.
Oh my God. That is a school of mahi. Wow. I guarantee you bring him in the boat and he is just gorged.
Puke anchovy everywhere. Let me get it.
Look at the scale in the water.
Let's see. If you've ever fished for Dorado, the one thing you can rely on is them being hungry. They're always hungry. They are little eating machines. Well, and here in our waters, there's just so much to eat. You can even take the most voracious fish that there is and not get a bite.
I mean, with 10,000 of them around the boat, you'd think you'd be able to get one.
No, I got a bait out. It's not even getting touched.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at them on the surface. Look at, is that bait right in front of them that they're pushing? That dark spot, it is.
Yeah, that's the bait
Look
ball.
at the bait ball. I'm gonna bring them on this side.
That scale really tells the story for why we're seeing them and then we're not catching them. There you go, Rutch.
Mahi dinner. God, they're so pretty. Look at that.
Dude, never gets old.
Such a great grade of fish right there too. And that's
Yeah,
cool. How many fish were there? 500?
Plus, I mean, and you're seeing 500, so
Look,
how many are
look at
there?
it. They're just free jumping behind us. They're everywhere.
More mahi. This might be the biggest school. Look at how big it is.
What about a popper? No?
Absolutely. We find a kelp that's not surrounded by this anchovy, they'll eat just fine. It's not unusual in San Diego in the summertime to catch Dorado or mahis or dolphin fish, whatever you call them. They're one of my favorite fish. We've talked about it a ton of times. Rush loves catching them, but this year was unlike any other year in my whole life, really. I'm not talking about twice as many. I'm not talking about 3 times as many. I'm talking about more Dorado than I've ever seen anywhere in the world right out front.
Look like they're getting whipped up on those jumps.
You're absolutely right, they are. It's funny, they wanted them right when they splashed down.
They ate a chunk?
Yep. Throw a couple more if you got them handy.
One thing about mahi fishing everybody loves is they're generally really easy to catch. They see food, they eat food. And that's what you can generally count on.
This is what we do all the time in Florida, you know. We get into school and start chunking them, keep them around.
Like so many fish that show up into our local waters, there is so much food around, and particularly those little anchovies. Those little anchovies are super high in nutrients, super easy to eat, low energy expended to catch them, and it didn't take long for these mahis to get on the anchovy program. They're just fat and dumb right now.
Dorado foamers.
Yeah, that won't eat a live bait.
It's really simple with mahi fishing. They're either gonna eat or they're not gonna eat. You throw a bait in front of a mahi, if he doesn't light up and charge after it right away, you know something's up.
Oh, holy, look at all those Dorado.
Bunch of them, huh? Something
Oh, those are
chasing them,
good
huh?
ones. Yeah, they look like they were
getting chased.
They were the food, not freaking looking for lunch. Man, there is a 20-pounder right here. You bet?
Yep.
Nice. What was that on?
Now it's on a sardine. Every kelp we found today is holding.
Not holding. I mean, biblical amounts of mahi.
Oh, you know what? That's a yellowtail.
Is it?
Yeah, he's about to get me in the...
Oh, sweet, it's a kelp again. We know that. Okay.
Kelp.
Wine. It is a yellow. That's why you got bit. Ah, there you go. What do we do when he goes in the kelp, Rutch?
With the amount of food, with the amount of bait that's swimming offshore, you're running around looking for signs of bluefin tuna, whether it be bird piles, whether it be foaming fish. But along the way, if you come across one of these kelps, it could be loaded with all kinds of stuff.
Come on. Little redemption, huh?
There you go.
Finally got him out from the kelp. Good little trick work.
California Yellowtail, Captain Russ. Now that would be about your standard model kelp yellow.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's, you know, 8-9 pounds, something
So
like
that
that,
other
maybe
one
10.
was a grande.
Oh, that
20,
was a-
25 pounds.
That's a really good one. They'll break your spine and then break you off. I mean, they pull those big ones down deep. Oh boy.
Well, let's box this guy and look
let's-
for some tuna or check for another kelp.
Man, I'm really hoping that today we're gonna go to a new zone. It's a new day. Get away from these fish that don't want to bite and really make something happen.
Yeah, no, you know the deal. At some point, the switch has got to flip and they have to eat. You thinking about running north, south?
More north. Yesterday we were kind of west, a little bit southwest. Now we're gonna go northwest. I'm optimistic, man. We just mix the deck up a little bit here and make it happen. Go ahead and flip one at this, Rush. It's pretty small, but you know how Dorado are.
And those anchovies are a pain in the ass, huh?
The hot ones.
Yeah.
They sit longer and that cold water really helps them recover with their slime and all that.
They are fiery.
If there's a bunch of mahi or a bunch of yellowtail around, there's one place where you're always gonna find them, and that's underneath the kelp patty. Anybody who's fished here knows what a kelp patty is. It's a piece of kelp that is broken off of the coast of Central and Northern California. It's rowed down on the currents, collecting life into our waters, which can be several hundred miles. By the time it gets here, it's basically a floating bait hotel. Where there's bait, there's predators, and that's why we fish kelp. That's a good sign.
Tight. We are tight.
Got your little mahi-mahi. Check 200, one has to pan out, right?
You would hope, right? Gonna jump. This girl's up here.
Yeah, I was looking for a gaff. Oh shit.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Sorry. Give
You
me
don't gotta
one.
apologize to me, it's just your pants at
One
home.
more crank. It won't be the last time. Oh gosh, I got a fish running up around the bow while we're trying to kill this one. Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Take,
Got him.
deal with this. Oh dude, that's a good one. Is that the one that I'm tight on? Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, nice little bull, buddy. One of the funnest ways for us to fish, you know, offshore is patty hop. If we could find a kelp offshore in our local waters, more times than not, we were gonna catch something cool. You definitely win the Better Gaffsman Award.
Nice bull.
Dude.
Nice fish.
Does that ever get old with these guys? The old saying, you don't leave fish to find fish, has never been more backwards than in this case. Like, I know where there's a million Dorado, and they're also eating a mega ton of bait. I don't want to be there.
24 hours later, look at him.
And we find a couple of them, and they want to do the right stuff. I want to go somewhere where they're not on bait, and where I might get them to change over and eat a sardine or eat a lure.
I'll tell you what, like when you talk about, if you were to explain the kind of kelp you're looking for to somebody, I mean, the ones we've been finding today are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, but you really are looking for all the kelp because you just never know. It can just be anything, any piece of structure out here.
And it's not so much what's on the surface, right? It's the body down below.
Yeah, for sure. Just more cover for stuff to hide, you know?
I guess you could relate it to like an iceberg.
Totally. Oh, no! Bit?
Yeah.
He ate that thing out of the rod hole. One of the coolest thing about mahis is when they come into our nutrient-rich waters, they might be this big. And then next month, and then next month.
Look at those pec fins lit up. Those pecs were lit up.
Look at that, dude.
Something special you guys got going on out here right now. Oh, you're bit. I'll take that from you.
Here, thank you.
I'll deal with this guy.
There's been so many of them around, you know, if they weren't foaming, the way we would find them is you just see them free jumping.
Just flopping.
Just flopping around for no reason, you know? Oh, they're jumping over there.
What a difference a day makes, huh? Out here staring at fish all day yesterday, just driving us crazy. Come out, find a kelp, boom. Everyone wants to eat. Like mahi are supposed to. Like, you think a mahi is a super aggressive fish, not a fish that's not gonna eat.
Gonna take care of this one for me. Thanks, sir. Man, not small. Really nice fish.
Yellowtail, banana yellow.
I'd rather hit 5 or 10 kelps, pick a few fish here and there, than struggle with this big biomass of fish.
You just got bit.
Yeah.
I watched the bite. That was sick. Oh, that's a nice little bull, buddy.
The one I'm fighting or the ones behind it?
Several of them.
I see the ones behind it. They look bigger. So look at that. Look at that thing dump that reel. Now that's fishing.
Where are they at, bud? Look at that. Oh, that's a legit little fish, bud.
Oh. I'll tussle with them. I mean, I'm gonna release them anyway, right?
Look at that. How's it going, buddy? I'm impressed.
Checkmate. That's a nice fish. If you want to take some fish to your family, I'm all about it. If not, I'm good. I mean, I could let them go. What happened?
Sweet release. Spit it right at the boat.
Is that a $100 bet or?
Probably saved me a lot of embarrassment anyway. God, what a nice fish. For an August trip, I'm gonna be loaded for bear. I mean, I'm gonna have everything from like my light 15-pound bait rods, and then I'm gonna have the big gear as well. Kite gear, the spreader bars. In this case, I knew there was a lot of mixed grade fish around, and when the mixed grade fish are around, spreader bar's the go-to. You can catch anything on a spreader bar from a 20-pound fish to a 300-pound fish, and a lot of times they just prefer it over a lot of offerings.
Oh, you're bit, you're
That works. That's not a small one, buddy.
No. Hey, we're
not
bit.
at all a small one. Oh, dude, we went over a school of big ones.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking at. He dumped some line, huh?
No, it's not a 30-pounder.
I was just about to turn around and go back over that big meatball we ran over. It's gotta be fun fighting that spreader bar too, huh?
Gives you a lot of extra work.
Great thing about the spreader bar is you cover a lot of ground. You're moving.
Should I get another one out?
Yeah, it'll probably be a 2-gaffer, hopefully.
When these fish kind of get a little finicky and they don't like the boat pulling up into them, they don't like the boat running on top of them, it's a great way to present baits on the outskirts of them.
This is what you guys went to last year?
I didn't do a ton of it, honestly. We caught a few. It was like kind of for me, it was like a last method. You know I like that kite bite. That's all I want to see.
He made a big explosion, I'm telling you. I was looking back there.
A spreader bar is usually a bar made out of stainless steel or titanium that has multiple strings of lures coming off of it. And then there's one bait at the back that actually has a hook in it called the stinger. And I don't know how it works, I don't know why it works, but more times than not, a fish comes up on there, he's gonna find that stinger bait. Hang on. He's still digging though.
I know.
He's not gonna. Oh, reach down there, you got him. Smoked him, nice work, dude.
Got him.
He's dead.
California is a very, very special place. Just everywhere you go, there's giant biomasses of food. That's why you have all that life there.
Oh, nice fish though, a little butterball.
Yeah, he'll work.
I have gone out there and seen thousands of pounds of mahi in the water that wouldn't eat, and that just doesn't happen. The foaming tuna, the acres and acres of giant tuna, just tonnage of tuna everywhere.
You know, the cool thing about this bluefin is it's brought tons of new anglers to our waters, but don't just focus on that. We have some of the best offshore fishing in the world going on right now, right out of San Diego. This August was not like last August. You might have caught one mahi last August. This year you might catch 100 if you try. Everything's a little bit different. Everything keeps you interested, but you can kind of count on those 3 months, July, August, September, for just an awesome mixed bag that's gonna keep you on your toes.